Home insurance in Lafayette, Tennessee. The USA has widely developed system of property and personal insurance. The private sector of economy and high level of life of the American citizens cause traditionally a great demand on all kinds of insurance services in this country. It is considered that insurance is not only a part of economy of the USA, the insurance policy a necessary condition of realization of the American dream. Insurance, motor transportation and aviacivil responsibility became an absolute must for citizens as the car the most widespread means of transportation. Steady functioning of insurance industry is provided with system of its adjustment and is a question of calmness of the nation and its securities before various risk factors. Insurance, the most influential financial institution of the USA, mentions almost all aspects of an everyday life of the American society and consequently takes a unique place in economic system of the country. Unlike others, financial institutions in the field of insurance of the USA have refused speeding up of federal system of adjustment, having fixed corresponding powers to separate states. Such model of adjustment remains without change in 60, 70, 80 ring in the next years. At level of states it was generated a considerable infrastructure of adjustment insurance industry which throughout all history has proved the viability and efficiency. Insurance an important part of economic system any industrially developed country, therefore provision of normal operating conditions of the market concerns important national priorities. Scales of the market of private insurance depends on in what measure the state performs social protection of the citizens. In the USA, the private insurance sector gives the types of service replacing the state's social programs or supplementing them. The market of insurance services in the USA represents two markets: life insurance and other kinds of insurance. Other kinds are an insurance property responsibility from accidents, etc. Such division is caused by economic features of various kinds of insurance activity. Accordingly, different demands made by adjustment to liquidation of resources, investment directions, etc. The USA the leader on volumes of insurance of property and responsibility, 46% of the world market. Financial assets of the American insurance companies on property and to other kinds of insurance have constituted in 1993 $637 billion US. The American insurance market highly competitive in the country, function about 4,000 companies on life insurance and 4,000-5,000 on property and responsibility insurance. Basically it is the small insurance companies registered only in one staff. But even the large insurance companies registered in the majority of states and operating at national level have only a few % of the market on each of kinds of insurance and can't influence the prices. The competition substantially speaks the American insurance market a state approach to adjustment of this industry. The American state considers a competition as the major mechanism allowing to provide high level of the offer and quality of insurance services. Criterion of access on the insurance market in the majority of states are requirements to the capital. The competition is connected also with growing penetration on the American insurance market of foreign insurers. The insurance industry, the life insurance market, tests competitive pressure from financial institutions, banks and other monetary institutions offering investment decisions competing to some kinds of insurance services. The competition can amplify from the insurance market. Banks are admitted. American legislation limits carrying out by banks of adjacent operations. The market of property insurance also tests considerable competitive pressure. High interest rates, characteristic for 80th, have made short-range investments very profitable and have involved in this industry many the new companies that has led to pricing war. All companies have been forced to reduce the prices to remain in the insurance market. In some years when the insurance companies had to perform payments under the concluded contracts, the investment income couldn't block the half-received awards, and in this market insurance services have essentially risen in price. That consumers couldn't to acquire required insurance covering on moderate price. Considerable development of received alternative methods of financing of these kinds of risks, for example a self-insurance, that is refuse insurance policy acquisition. Others considerably raise the sizes of deduction with the view of decrease in paid awards. Heavy prices are not a guarantee of solvency of the insurer, but also lower, more attractive conditions can be offered by the insurance companies which perform more risky operations. In this case the risk of insolvency for them will be above than for others. Insurance, the companies establishing more heavy prices and preferring more conservative investment strategy. The decision-making what purposes of adjustment are most important for provision of public concerns is extremely actual for adjustment of insurance industry. Insurance industry performing insurance of risks and investing considerable means considerably influences development of the whole regions and reflects the countries and consequently is active force of the American society. The American status it was marked above has no federal system of adjustment of insurance industry. States in this sphere performed regulating activity in this sphere. The Congress of the USA plays a role of the observer. Each staff performs the control in the territory and the federal antitrust acts concern insurance in that measure in which this type of activity isn't covered by regular adjustment. The legislation of states assigns powers on adjustment of insurance activity to special bodies. In the majority of states they directly submit to the governor and actually are the ministries headed by the commissioner appointed to this post. Only in some states these divisions are headed by the elected person and they don't submit to the governor.